Good morning, everyone. My respected friend, Dr. Raghuraman Das, my colleague, Shaji Ravindran, Ms. Bindu Balakrishnan, my colleague for last 2.5 decades. And dear participants, I'm sorry I cannot talk in Malayalam. Even though I belong to this place, this region, I came yesterday afternoon. I'm leaving today afternoon. I still remember my grandfather is from here. I have a lot of relatives from Trivandrum. I still remember my grandfather passed away in 1982. He is his maternal grandfather. He's like a god to me. Even now, after 40 years, I still remember him every day. And for the last 2 days, I was just remembering him. His name is Badanaban, by the way, the name of this place. So I still remember that he used to take me in hands as a child to the zoo. And that was excitement. Now I have traveled almost all the latitudes. I have lived in many places, seen many places, but still that, as maybe I for 4 or 5 years visiting this Trivandrum Zoo, for 4 or 5 years visiting this Trivandrum Zoo is one of the most memorable days. Now I am nearing 55, 57. Still I remember that as a very cherished moment. So Trivandrum is a very, it's in my DNA. I have a lot of relatives here. In fact, when my mother wanted to come here, but she's old, she cannot travel. I stopped her from coming because there are so many relatives that we cannot miss anyone. So I am, in fact, this is a very nice place. That makes me very happy. In fact, more than for Bindu, I think this is my hometown, right? Another thing I'm very proud of is to meet you all. I'm very proud to meet you all because meeting the civil society organizations. By civil society organizations, we mean generally the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, the service-oriented organization, the not-for-profit organizations who intend to serve people, who are trying to serve people. In Tamil, there used to be a saying, the service to people is a service to God. I don't believe much in servicing to God, but I believe servicing to people. And you are the people who serve people. So connecting to you is a very special occasion for me. I'm so proud to stand before you because you work with so many people, you serve so many people. It is for me a divine moment. So therefore, I think what we are as Trec engaged in this is empowering you, empowering the divinity itself. So I think if you empower you, then we can do better service to the people. We can change the society to a better society. We can remove the illness in the society. We can remove poverty, discrimination, and so many illnesses which are in the society and make people live a better life. Therefore, I think what we are doing is a divine job. There is no more divine than working for the people. So with these few words, let me explain the basic objective of the project. Bindu has explained it. When Bindu was speaking, I felt how difficult it is to explain a project. It is very difficult. She is living day and night in this project. So she is trying to bring all the information to you about the project, which is very difficult, makes the communication very difficult for you. So let me start through this thing. First of all, let us talk about civil society organization. Why are we talking about civil society organizations? From my perspective, I feel that you are working with the people. Therefore, if people have to be enabled, people have to be supported, people have to be scaled up in their livelihoods, in their earning potential, in fighting against this, then you need to be enabled. You are the change champions for the society. You change the society. So therefore, it is very important to strengthen people like you. That is my objective. But what European Union proposal called for is a very simple principle. In society today, we have two big organizations. There are a number of organizations, but two big sets of organization. One is the government. The government regulates society. That brings in laws to society. It protects people. So the government, you can find the central government, the state government, the local government, and many government organizations. Dr. Raghu said that I am a semi-government organization. Yes, we are a semi-government organization. Many of us may be semi-government organizations here. So the government is one type of organization which is meant for regulation, protection, and they print money, all that. So without governments, human society cannot exist. We cannot grow. Without government, it will be a total anarchy. Then we have another set of organizations called industries. Industries enable, in Kerala it is very difficult to talk about industry. Industry enables people to exchange value between one another. I produce something which is useful to you. I produce food, I produce computers, I produce aeroplanes which is useful to you. Therefore, you pay for that with your labor, with your money. So this value exchange is very, very important. So industries is another set of organization. So unless otherwise these two organizations are very efficient, we cannot maintain the society very well. If we want to create jobs, we need to create a lot of industries. If you want more taxes, you need to promote industries, because industry, even when they make loss, even when they do not earn profit, they pay taxes for the government. If an industry today is doing a turnover of 10 crores and it earns a loss of 1 crore, but the government gets 25%, 2.5 crores as taxes. So even if the industry fails, the tax collection is going on. GST is going on. That tax collection is used for running the education institutions, running our hospitals, putting our roads, paying our taxes. Therefore, industry is very, very important. Therefore, we need to promote more industries. So that is the basic thing, the importance of industry. But there is third set of organizations which are called civil society organizations, which are neither government, they do not have the regulatory power, they are neither industry, they do not have the motive of promoting products, promoting profits for themselves. So these organizations are very, very important, because the government cannot reach the last mile, the unreachable, the people who cannot be reached, the needs of the people which are not addressed. These things the government by itself cannot reach. It needs special organization like you, like us, to reach out the unreachable. Therefore, it is very important. Civil society organizations are very important. Similarly, the industry may not, they are just addressing their customers. They are not addressing the needs of the people. They may address the needs of the people, but they are not addressing the needs of the people as their main objective. Therefore, civil society organizations are very important to bring benefits to the people in all spheres and to build a better society. Therefore, with that objective in mind, European Union has been promoting civil society organizations across the world, especially in many developing countries. So how do we develop civil society organizations? I know what the answer would be. Give us more money, then we will develop ourselves. Sometimes that's not the correct answer, maybe. Because as Dr. Raghu said yesterday, which I have been saying always, if tomorrow somebody gives me 10,000 crores of rupees, it will be a damage to me. I do not know how to, I do not have the wherewithal to spend 10,000 crores of money, maybe 100 crores, 200 crores, maybe that I can manage. So if resources have to come into your hands, before giving the resources, before acquiring resources, we need to improve our capacities to use those resources. So unless otherwise you improve the capacities, if we give resources, then it will do more damage than doing good, both for the society and for the person who's owning it. So the resource generation precedes capacity, capacity development precedes resource generation. So we need to improve our capacities and then acquire resources, then we will be able to put the resources to the better use. Therefore, European Union across the world has been looking at civil society organizations with more interest so that we can serve societies much better. That was the first idea. That is one of the noblest cause. I think nobody is looking at civil society organizations so kindly Today, as you know, because of FCRA and other things, civil society organizations are not looked at very kindly. Nobody cares about civil society organizations. At least here is a project which cares about NGOs, which cares about civil society organizations. I am very proud to be associated with that, and therefore we are coming to you with this project in order to improve the capacities. And another thing, as you know, is regarding the gender. I think I'm missing you because my I'm a little fast. We can make it as a Q&A session also. Another thing is very important is gender enabling network. As you know, women, 50% of the society we have not been using fully traditionally. Today the women are more educated. We have been talking about agriculture only. Agriculture is basically about using land. But now we have electromagnetic waves. We have microbial world, we have chemical world, we have physical forces. So when people get educated, they don't have to depend only on the land. They can depend on electromagnetic spectrum for creating electronic products. And those who have created electronic products have become richer and richer. For example, you know the stories of Asian tigers, Korea, Taiwan, and they have much developed. Biotechnology is another area. Those who have studied biotechnology, they are able to produce so much this thing. Those who have studied chemical engineering there. So you need education has been given to our people in the last 20-25 years. Now with the education, it is now possible to create their own ventures. Whatever they want to do, they can do. So women are the people who have been traditionally not allowed. There are a lot of restrictions for women. You know, I don't have to tell most of the women here that what are the restrictions of women. Women are even restricted from being born in some society. Let us talk about women after being born. You are not allowed to go, you are not allowed to sit, you are not allowed to participate, you are not allowed to educate, you are not, so many restrictions, you know much. But this is the caste discrimination, other discrimination, every discrimination start after your birth. But in certain communities, women are not even allowed to be born. That's a kind of discrimination that is against women. So now if we can utilize this 50% of the resources we have, that will bring a transformative change. If we do not utilize the full potential of women, then we will not be able to bring the transformative change that we need to do for the society. We need to do for future generations. So enabling women becomes very important. Today, with the help of ICT, information and communication technologies, with computers, women have access. Women have access to more resources. Women have access to markets. Women have access to knowledge. Women have access to business. Women have access. IT is a tool which is very friendly towards women. Biotechnology is very friendly to women. So today, at least, after generations, now the women have certain kind of power, the knowledge power within their hand. If we can enable women, then we can bring in transformative change. And the third thing is, which is very difficult here, I find it very difficult yesterday also, the power of innovation and entrepreneurship. If we enable one person as an entrepreneur, he creates a lot of jobs for other people. He empowers a lot of people with skills. You don't have to train them in skills. If a person knows that for his industries he needs a lot of skilled people, he will train people. He will make people who are problems for society, unemployed youth, as people who are very productive for society. If you do not provide jobs for people, if you are not utilizing one thing properly, it will be improperly utilized. So in order to create jobs for the society, we need entrepreneurs. I would resist calling them as small entrepreneurs. They are not small entrepreneurs. They are big entrepreneurs who happen to be small now. They will grow as big entrepreneurs. We don't do, I find with Bindu and Dr. Raghu also, they talk about small industries. We are not talking about small industries. We are talking about large industries which happen to be small. Now, that is why all big people are born small. When they are small, you need to take care of them. It may be Swami Vivekananda, it may be anybody. It may be Mahatma Gandhi, it may be Jawaharlal Nehru. All of them were born small. During that time, they were cared much better and therefore they become great people. Like that, industries are also born small, but they don't stay small. If you properly take care of them, if you educate them, if you nurture them, if you enable them, like people, they'll also become very big. When they become very big, they are going to pay a lot of taxes, they are going to create a lot of jobs, they are going to bring beautiful products to society. If they bring a lot of green products, they will prevent destruction of the environment. Now we are using a lot of soaps. Bindu was talking about Maushmi. We promote Maushmi because she is a woman. 87% of our water is spoiled today. Drinking water. 80% of this 87% of the water is spoiled because our personal healthcare products, the soaps, the makeup items, they're all unfriendly to environment. Maushmi is starting a venture which will promote only healthy and environmentally friendly soaps, makeup and those kind of items. So if she becomes successful, then the destruction to environment will be prevented. A lot of jobs will be created. So we need to promote green entrepreneurs. We need to promote green products. We need to promote healthy products. So if we do that, it is not only that we provide a lot of employment opportunities, lot of tax returns, we make people rich, we also make our society, our environment greener and richer. So therefore it's an all win. Women win, CSOs win, society wins, government earns, environment earns. That is why we call this as a gender enabling network for innovation entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not, if another fellow is running an industry, promoting the same type of industry is not entrepreneurship. You can only destroy entrepreneurship in the same way. If one person, Bindu talked about pickle. What we do in CSO community is, if there is a need for 10 tailors, we first train 10 tailors, and then train 20 tailors, and then train 50 tailors, and eventually we'll spoil every one of them. If you produce one fellow makes pickle, we will train hundreds of people to make pickles, and there are not adequate pickle eaters, so everybody will be spoiled. So we need innovation. What others are not doing, this fellow has to do. Then only there is a demand for his product. So it is about promoting innovation, it is about promoting entrepreneurship, it is about promoting CSOs, and the last thing is it is about promoting climate ventures. I have informed you, climate ventures want the products, the green products which does not spoil the environment. They need to be promoted. Another big dimension of the climate venture is, climate does not affect everyone in the same way. We know climate change is affecting. Yesterday Dr. Raghu beautifully explained that the greenhouse gases increase the temperature. Therefore, there are a lot of changes. The weather patterns are changing. The sea levels are increasing. There are droughts in certain area. At the same time, there are also flooding in certain areas. Like Kerala has been flooded so many times in the last 2 years. Our hearts were with you, but there are a lot of people who are affected. But one thing is, when these climate changes happen, it does not affect the poor and the rich in the same degree. The poor's livelihood is wiped out. For the rich, there are some inconveniences. For some people whom we can consider definitely as rich, our lives are a little bit affected. We are not allowed to go out. Maybe we have some infections. We'll have to eat little medicine. But for the poor, his house is flooded, his job is gone, he incurred loss, his habitats are lost. To recover from that is very, very difficult. So climate change adversely affects the poor because they do not have adequate protection. Therefore, any venture at the bottom of the pyramid, for the poor people venture, which increases their income level, gives them the capacity to withstand the climate change. Therefore, it can be called as a climate venture. So pro-poor ventures, Ventures promoted by poor people, ventures that enable poor people can be considered as climate ventures as far as this project is concerned. So the ventures which promote green products, the ventures which promote poor people to become more resilient towards climate change by increasing their livelihood, both of them are called as climate ventures. That is the idea. So let me not talk much. With last one thing I talked about what is the wish of Trec and what is the wish of European Union, and how under this project we need to promote capacities, and when we promote capacities, we will be ready for acquiring more resources, and we will go for more resources, and we will go for more activities. That is the idea of this project. My personal ambition is to develop a national network of CSOs. I know that CSOs is a very challenging community, and to work with them is a difficult, it is not an easy this thing, because they address a variety of problems in the society. They address a lot of issues. Sometimes one of the problem may overlap with another problem also. They may be contradicting. So when you talk to them, it is very difficult to address their problems. And they vociferously talk for the clients. Therefore, working with CSOs is a challenge. But then if you can manage that challenge, you can bring a transformative society. If things go well, if things go as per plan, our ambition is to look at civil society organization network, which will be enabled, which will get more resources, which will get more project on a continuous manner and enable CSOs to go further. That is the idea with which we have started here. We have come for the capacity development program, in which we are trying to bring in from the society the best resources which are available, the best talents which are available, the important talents which are available to your access. Because we believe that idea is more important. We need to form a lot of ideas. We need to develop our capacities. Then we can look for jointly raising the resources for various plans we have. We have lot of connects. We will jointly work together. You have lot of connects. We will jointly work together and try to develop projects which will go miles further. With these very few words, once again I thank Mitra Niketan for providing us an opportunity to meet you all, for number one. Second, for providing us another opportunity to serve you by developing your capacities. Third, providing us an opportunity maybe to work with you in the future in many future initiatives. So I thank Dr. Raghuraman Das. He took the initiative to come to us. We accessed with him, but he took the pain. We are not very familiar before that. But now he is one of us. He is our good friend here. And I'm sure I'm meeting another 50 friends also here. And together we will disprove the theory that Indians are not people who can work together. Indians are people, at least we are modern Indians. We are not the old Indians. We can come together. We can create excellence. We will do that. Thank you very much.